This is then what we call our learner workbook. I used it before to show you how to fill in some of these parts on top there. Once you are in this learner workbook, you realize that from page 8 thereabouts, they'll start to have your questions. Your questions will say activity 1, for example, describe software diagnostic tools for single user and multi-user operating systems. You have your learner guide to help you to answer these questions. You can go ahead and start typing your answer right here. And if these lines are disturbing you, don't worry. You can just press enter and start typing on a blank space there. It's still fine, and you can delete those lines. You can leave them there. It's up to you. It doesn't really bother me. It won't really be any issue about the lines. It's about what you type here. As you can see, our question is worth 10 marks. So make sure when you get into your learner guide, which I'll send you, you actually end up giving enough points to be worth 10 marks. Let me just look for the learner guide to show you how you can actually be able to do that. 8.3 summative learner workbook summative. My learner guide just disappeared. Great, here's the learner guide. So right now we just have been asked a question, which is also part of this learner guide. The question simply says, describe software diagnostic tools. So I could actually just go into my learner guide. Maybe I've forgotten on which page all of that is found. So what I'll then just do is press Control F. Control plus F. Let me just show. This is a shortcut. Press this button, that's Control, and F at the same time. So Control first, keep holding it down, and then press F. You have this written navigation. Now I can actually search. So I can actually come here and say diagnostic 2. Just like how I search on my, couldn't find any results. Let me say diagnostic. As you can see, the words are being shown on the screen. Let me remove this keyboard. So describe, just as the question asked, describe the diagnostic tools in a single user and multi-user computer operating system. You can actually find that on page 9 of your learner guide. So you can actually come here and read all this and understand this is what diagnostic tools actually are all about. And you can actually put even more examples from the internet to make sure that your points are now laid across. Once you have done so, you come back to your learner workbook and put the answer there. Best is to write these things as much as possible in your own words, all right? As much as you can actually see the descriptions there, you'd rather you actually write these things in your own words to say, identify problems in a computer or piece of equipment. This programs test the systems to find issues. For example, you can actually use even other examples from the internet, which are not this oil light example in your car and stuff like that, and put them here. Once we have got enough points to cover for 10 marks, you can go to the next question. As I said, these lines, let them not bother you, because sometimes when you delete them, they'll start changing the way your Word document looks, and that might just disturb us for nothing. Now you have described how to identify problems, and as I told you, you can just go back to your learner guide and say identify. As you can see, identify. Once I press enter, I'm taken to the next. Identify problems related to this. Identify problems, now I'm on page 15. So, moment you start pressing enter, it takes you to the next page where all this is being explained. So you can actually then use this to then answer your questions. This will make you be faster in finding the page on which you need to read for you to be able to fully answer your questions. Once you can't find enough points there, you can then use your internet to find out more information about that topic. Once that's also not satisfactory, you can then ask me in our group and we can see how to help each other. So remember, Control F. That's the shortcut for you to use in your learner guide for you to quickly find where you want to read in that particular moment, because time is not on our side. Sometimes reading through the whole thing just looking for one topic could actually make you spend the whole day without having done anything. So why not just search for it, identify it, and use it? So that's basically how you answer the questions. You see that I'll send you 3 files: your learner workbook. It will have your formative assessments, your submit, another file that is called summative assessments, and I'll send you also your learner guide. So these are the 3 files that you need. You then go through them, complete them, and make sure you submit your answers back to me. We'll discuss about the deadlines in our group and make sure that everything is up to par. I hope you understood everything that I taught you in this first session of our training. And any questions, any challenges you might have, do not hesitate to post them in the group and we can always see what to do from there on. Thank you so much. Have a good day.